And we're going to be doing basically the same in the guppy tank. We're going to be trimming the Zustafloria. It's come all the way from the back to the front of the tank. We're going to be trimming some of the Allodia. We're going to be taking out, we're going to try and get rid of 90% of this duckweed. Filter's still going good on this one. We may not bother cleaning the filter in this tank. We're going to take out the water lettuce so we can get rid of most of the duckweed. We're going to feed the duckweed to our goldfish. We're going to trim back this Cecilifora. It's starting to sprout roots into the filter, so when we get it back, we'll decide then whether we'll clean the filter or not. You can hear the kettle boiling in the background. We're going to use the boiled kettle to warm the water. When we're doing our top up again, we'll try not to get any of the baby guppies in with the duckweed, but sometimes it's impossible. But we're feeding it to the goldfish anyway, so I'm sure the goldfish will enjoy eating the odd baby guppy. Although the cold outside will probably kill them now instantly. But we'll try and not get any of them in. Anyway, that's the plans for this evening. Maybe a couple hours work. Bye for now. 100 litre hillstream loach and red cherry shrimp tank. We did notice the other day that our sponge filter has slowed down considerably. It's about 4 months maybe since we done much in this tank. Can't even remember when we last cleaned the filter. Whether that's on YouTube or not, I don't know. But we're going to be trimming up this Zustafloria, trimming up the Allodia, taking out some of the frog bit or Sylvana, whichever you like to call it. Don't know how it's pronounced really, but I normally just call it frog bit. We're going to remove about half of it, I think, and take out a good bit of Allodia. Clean the filter, see how things go. Top it up again. So there's all our plants. Full dish full. It's 3/4 full of Allodia. Some of the pieces of Allodia may be 5 foot long. We have some Zustafloria in that corner. It's fairly straggly because it was getting very little light, but it's still good for taking the top cuttings, planting the top cuttings, top 4 or 5 inches in dense bunches. Makes a huge bush plant given enough light. And we have a ton of Ceciliforas. Now they are duckweed and snails and stuff. There may even be, there's the odd guppy fry in here. We'll just get him out again. Don't know where he's gone now. Oh, there he is there. I'm just going to try and get this guppy out. So that's it, folks. It's a water change, filter cleaning, and a huge trim back of the plants. We've done our best with the duckweed. Still a good bit of duckweed in there, but we do feed this duckweed to our goldfish, so our outside goldfish. So We're not really worried about there still being duckweed in there. We've taken out most of the Zustafloria. There's a few straggly stems there. I may pull them out tomorrow and the tank settles down again. Wee bit of turbulence from pulling out all the Ceciliphoria and cleaning the sponge filter. What we have noticed now is that some of our Java fern has broken away from our main plants, whichever one it was, I don't know. But it's jammed itself in the crevice of them two rocks. So whether it'll grow there or not, I don't know, but it'll be interesting to see. Now the Zustafloria and the Ceciliphoris is trimmed back. As I say, it's a wee bit turbulent. We did put back in most of our water lettuce that we have left in this tank. It is kind of slowed back growing because of the duckweed. We will try and get some more duckweed out of this maybe tomorrow when it settles down a bit. The method we're using to take out the duckweed, we're using a normal dinner fork to lift it off the surface. And so we're not catching any guppies. We did get that one guppy out of the plants. We will look for more tomorrow. See is there any in there when it settles down, but we can now see the extent of our guppies. Loads and loads of females. There's a red shrimp in there, however a red shrimp got in. I did put in a couple of them jades with the yellow line on. I know I put them in. Now one of them is a big buried female. There's a yellow has got in as well. We'll just let them go. They'll probably breed out to wilds eventually if they do breed, but so a big buried female there to the left. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shrimp. You never know, we may get some orangey ones. I do like these jades with the yellow line on their backs. They're a really nice shrimp, and the ones I have do grow exceptionally big compared to any of the other shrimp I have. But anyway, that's it, folks. As I say, it's a wee bit turbulent at the minute. It will settle down by tomorrow, but that's the first plant trim in this tank, I think, since I set it up 5, 6, 7 months ago. Not right sure now when I set it up. It'll be on YouTube anyway. The setup video's on YouTube, but it was getting to the stage you couldn't see the rocks or anything. We could have done with siphoning out some of this mulm. We may do that in a week's time when it all settles down again. There's a lot of that mulm in the hair grass, which is causing a kind of like a hair algae. But we will get that out in a week's time as well when we siphon out the mulm. That'll stop the hair algae. There's a wee bit on that wood as well there. We may look outside, see if we any giant pond snails left, and put one in. I don't know, it's freezing now this last few days, so the tubs in the sheds probably all died back anyway. But that's it, folks. That's a major cleaning. I can't see any more males offhand. There is a few with a bit of colour in their tail, like it's hard to focus on them with all the cloudiness in the water, but there are a few with some nice red in the tail. It'll probably turn into males, so we'll keep a good eye on them. We'll get them out and put them in to our 64 litre with the rest of our males. That's it, folks. Happy budget aquariums. Our water out. We have 6 or 7 litres in there. We're going to wash our sponge filter out in that now. We have a few litres down in this water dispenser jar. We're going to put our plants we're going to trim in there, see what we're going to do with them. So that's it. We'll crack on with our filter cleaning. Hopefully the phone won't fall in the water, but I need to be quite careful getting this filter out, for it's been in here a long time. So that's our filter out. We're just going to clean it in our water, gentle. It's not that dirty now. It's reasonably clean. It's a low bio load tank anyway, with shrimps and the hillstream loaches. This tank wouldn't have a big bio load, so it's quite, the dirt's quite embedded in it, but it's not overly dirty for the amount of time it's been running. Luna, come on in here, you. Although the more we squeeze it, the dirtier it is getting, so the dirt is well embedded in it, so yeah, it was just dirty enough because you can't see my hand in the water once we're getting into it, so the dirt was well embedded in it. So that's the filter cleaned. We'll just stick that in again. Plants trimmed up. We've taken out half the Sylvania frog bit, whatever you like to call it. This jar is totally stuffed with Alodia Zoostiflora. How many litres is in that jar, God only knows. What we're going to do with all this plant, God only knows. We'll see anyway. Right, we're going to start topping up our tank again. Same wee bit of sediment floating about from disturbing all the plants, but it'll settle out once we get it topped up on our sponge filters going again. 100 litre shrimp or red cherry shrimp and hillstream loach tank, all trimmed up for another few months. We took out about 10 litres worth of Alodia. We took out at least half of the Sylvana frog bit, whatever you like to call it. We trimmed back our Zustafloria. We may end up taking that out. We'll see how it thickens up again once it starts to grow. We may cut it right down to the base. We may pull it out and use some top cuttings, replant some top cuttings. Not sure yet. We have a good view of all of our shrimps now. Don't see many of the hillstream loaches. They may be still in hiding. They'll probably settle down again tomorrow sometime. That's it, folks. Major plant trimming in our budget 100 litre 36 inch hillstream and shrimp tank. Happy budget aquariums. That's solid Alodia. That's a 20 litre, water dispensing jar I got off a ship one time. So we have that out of the guppy tank, 10 litre dish full. And then we have 15 litres of nearly solid Alodia in that jar there, and then the frog bit, Zustafloria on the top. That's some heap of plants.